Hello, beautiful beings. It's me, Jasmine Charles here, one of the ladies of Inspire Fire. As always, we're bringing you everything you need to ensure that your soul is fed. We dive deep to help create the best habits for living your most abundant life ever. So, are you ready? Let's get it!
Welcome back. Welcome back. Woo! Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey.
To another episode
what?
Hey.
Soul feeling. I got impromptu. So, hey, it is your girl, Tiffany. Even though Justin's laughing at me right now because I was trying not to say your girl, Tiffany, but I didn't know what else to say. But that's okay. But it's Tiffany. So what's up?
Hey everybody, this is Kobe. What's up, y'all?
Hey. I hope y'all out there feeling liberated. This is Jasmine.
Hey, so what we talking about is being authentically you. It's so important.
That is.
But sometimes it could be a struggle.
It can be a struggle.
Sounds crazy, but sometimes it's so struggling.
How is it going to be hard to be
yourself?
You? Like, you woke up like this.
Woke up like me, then I went outside and I was different.
And you was different. Like
we put on our layers of clothing. It's like we put on the layers of
You better be deep.
That was on point. Speaking of that,
dang, that needs to be a video. Like people put on layers of clothing and they like put on like I don't know, you know,
layers of emotions.
Yeah, emotions, insecurities,
shields. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
what is being authentically you? Who got the answers?
I think we got the answers. So let's just go and share our answers. So who want to take a stab at it first?
I guess I'll take a stab or whatever. Fine. Okay. So I think being authentically you is being confident in who you are, but also it's that line where you really don't care about what other people think of you and you're truly living for yourself.
Agreed.
But like I said, this time, like this day and age, or I don't know how long it's been this way, sometimes it just feels hard to just truly be you without having in the back of your mind of, oh, what is he, she, or they gonna say about me if I do me? You know what I mean?
You do you, like.
But
and I think it's so hard for us to be authentically ourselves just because of society, the pressures, the generational pressures from our parents, friends, peers, TV, it kind of molds that general perspective of how we should act as a whole. If you're in this age group, you should be doing this. If you're reach this, like oftentimes you hear, girl, you outdated, you shouldn't be doing that, trying to act young, wear that, do this. And so it's just like but this is what I want to do. Like I'm snatched at 28 plus 28 years old.
Like, girl, you better be snatched at 28.
It's like I'm snatched at 75 years old, so I should be able to wear a crop top.
Yes. Your girl's gonna be wearing a crop top at 88 years old. Looking fresh. They be like, Grandma got the sauce.
Grandma gonna be fly. Don't even call me Grandma. Call me G-Ma.
I know. I wonder what our real nickname's gonna be.
I know.
Because it ain't gonna be Grandma, that's for sure.
That's not an authentic name for myself.
Right. When I think about my grandma.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yes.
But nah.
So I think the whole gist of it all is just being aligned with what genuinely makes you happy. So
yeah, that's really what it does come down to.
I really think, and it can vary for each of us. What makes you authentic won't make your brother authentic, or your sister, or your best friend. it's that thing that speaks to you and moves through you.
I think the perfect thing that I think about the song is this little light of mine.
Hey.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Oh.
Tina, turn on it.
Hey,
hey, hey, hey.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, no, that's what to me authentic is. It's like just letting that light inside of you shine.
Wow, I never even thought about that song like that.
That is so deep because
No.
India. Oh no, go.
No.
Because India Ari, she has a song. Well, she has two songs that I want to reference. And the first song, since since Kobe already just brought up the this little light of mine, she has a song. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it's called "I Am Light."
Mm-hmm.
And so,
I have heard
literally, the lyrics of the song, she literally says in this, "I am not the." She says, "I'm not the things that my family did.
Mm-hmm.
I am not the pressures of the world. I'm not she says, I am the beauty inside. I am light."
Yes.
And I was just like, that is so cool that you mentioned that, because we are the light that's within us, and like the fire that's within us, the flames. So whatever your passion or whatever strikes up that light and keeps your flame roaring and growing and ignited, that's who you are.
You took the words
That's
right out
very
of my
true.
mouth.
It goes back to like intuition. Like we get this beautiful gift from God called intuition, where we have these feelings of when things are not right and when things are right. You know, honestly, waking up and going to work every single day does not feel good inside of me, even though, you know, it does help me fund my dreams. But like when I'm working on YouTube, when I'm talking with you guys at Inspire Fire, that light is like roaring inside, and it's just like that intuition is kind of leading you to be is leading you to be you. You really just gotta, like you said, and be in tune with yourself and really listen to those feelings inside. Like when you think about being anxious or depressed, you want to think about, okay, so why am I feeling this way, and what can I do to change it? And really think about the things that light up your life.
Ooh.
Like your mama.
Right. And then I think in order to stay on your path of being truly authentically you is to follow that light.
Got to.
Like let that light be your guide, and like let it navigate your direction of life, because that's how you know you're on the right path, is if your flame is staying ignited, if your fire is constantly roaring. Why can't I say that word, y'all? Roaring. There we go. It's like a tongue twister in my mouth. But so yeah, you just really have to stay on that path, on that track, to keep your flame just ignited and doing the things that make you happy.
I know this is going a little off topic, but I remember I wrote a article on inspirefiredaily.com. Y'all can go check it out. And it was named "Thank God for Making Me Uncomfortable." Because at the time, I was at a job. I was a concierge at a apartment complex, a high-rise apartment complex. And I would just feel so bad being there. It wasn't like a bad job or anything. I just felt like I needed to be somewhere else. I wrote in the article, like, I graduated from Howard University, magna cum laude. I have all these skills, but here I am sitting at a desk catering to rich people, which is cool, but I knew that wasn't for me, and that's what pushed me out of that into getting this new job, you know. And now this new job isn't satisfying. Now it's pushing me to where I know I'm feeling authentically me, you know, which is Inspire Fire, which is YouTube, which is just being a full-time entrepreneur. So if you are feeling like this anxiousness, you know, sometimes it's a good thing, because it could push you to be who you're truly meant to be.
And I like how you just referenced, like, you've gotten all these acclimates, you finished college, and then you were at a point of your life where you felt like you just knew that you were destined for greatness. And I think that's what being authentically you is, because a lot of people, they don't know don't know their identity or don't know who they are, so they don't know that they actually are meant for greater. So I think a huge step with becoming authentically you is understanding your identity. I mean, everyone's, of course, is not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everyone's not meant to be a doctor. Everyone's not meant to be a janitor. But just knowing whatever it is that really speaks to you will help you be that much further along your path of being authentically you.
Yeah, very true.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually like times where you could tell when you're not being yourself, and then you go back and be like, like I should have said this or I should have done that. If had I just done this or said that, then I wouldn't be in this predicament. I mean, like it even goes down to speaking up when you're in a meeting. And so you don't speak up, and someone else is just saying what you wanted to say, and they sound all good, and you're like, dang. If I just have spoken up, I would have gotten that shine, you know? And I know for myself, even though with you girls, I'm always loud, but when I'm by myself and I don't really have no one to back me up, it's hard for me to speak up for myself or really express my ideas because I'm so worried about, oh, well, I hope I don't sound stupid. And then by me not speaking up, it makes me look even worse. And it makes me look like I don't know how to communicate or I don't have ideas. So you holding yourself back because of fear is doing yourself a huge disservice, because I could go really into that, but I feel like Justin's about to say something, so I'll go into it later. Oh, okay. No, she's not about to say that. But being like not being yourself is really doing yourself a disservice. Because remember when we were at the Chance the Rapper concert, and I think I said this in another podcast, but I'm gonna say it again. And Francis and the Lights, where he was performing and he was dancing like weird as shit. And but it was still so cool because he was just so authentically himself, and he's like, I'm vibing with you and I'm trying to rock with you because you just so yourself. It makes me want to know you. Like, I love that confidence. Like, being yourself attracts people to you. It's like,
that's so true.
Dang, I'm trying to be like that.
It is.
That is so true.
And that you being yourself I feel like when you're really living inside yourself, you are gonna attract great things because you and yourself is a good thing. I could just go on for days.
No, that's good. It helps you being authentic is important because it helps you connect to others, and people want that. People want people who are real.
That prototype.
They don't. You just want to be around that.
That authentic. Yeah. I don't know.
Just think of the concept. No fake friends. You know, you just want to be around realness.
Yeah, because who wants to be around another carbon copy of everybody else? You could just go walk into a crowd and just mix and mingle with everybody else, but it's like you look from afar and you see that one person just doing their own thing in their own little world, not worrying about the crowd, and it's just like you're drawn to that. It's like let me go see what's on the other side because everybody, you get bored of the same old things, and it's just like
politically correctness.
Exactly, and it takes courage, and that's kind of goes back to what you were saying, that like. Here's this guy, what's his name? The Lights?
Francis and the Lights.
Francis and the Lights. He was just dancing, while not being himself, not even giving a care if I look like I'm off rhythm, I'm off beat. I'm just being me. And then everybody just was like, I want to think it was weird, but then after that, 2 seconds in, it's like, this is really dope.
Is lit. Like,
this is really lit. And so, yes, when you're on your path of becoming authentically you, of course, everybody that wants or that have always known you are going to be like, it's a little weird because, of course, they're probably used to this, the layers, like Kobe was saying, that you put on to interact with people on a daily. But when you just finally step outside of that shell, break that shell, that's another NDRE song. Yeah. But when you just break that shell, step outside of that, the norm, and just be yourself, that's what people are really going to be drawn to and attracted to. And then, speaking of NDRE, she has a song, and it's called Just Do You. And like it's one line, well, actually a couple of lines in the song, like literally the whole song. If you haven't heard the song, you really should listen to it. It's India.Arie, Just Do You.
Put them on, Jazz.
It's a y'all life changing song. Listen to the lyrics. AZ lyric that thing because so she literally stated in the song, she's like, I heard a voice that told me that I'm essential. How all of my fears are limiting my potential. Said it's time to step into the light.
That light.
Y'all. That light, and use every bit of the power I have inside. So we got to use that power that only we have, because nobody has that power of ourselves other than us. Ourselves, other than you. No one has your power. And it's like, a lot of people like, I don't think I have that much to offer to the world. But like you said earlier, Tiff, you're doing a disservice to the world by not being you, like, y'all, because back to our India.Arie song, she says, because when you just do you, there's no way you can lose, guys.
There's no way to lose.
There's no way, guys. No way on earth. So you just really have to step into your treasures of yourself and soul search and meditate and pray and just dig deep within yourself to understand you, and then it'll be easy to offer all your true gifts and talents to the world.
Right. And I think you owe it to yourself to really step out of your comfort zone. And I guess like create a plan to do so. But I think if you constantly keep stepping out of your comfort zone, and even though you're stepping out of your comfort zone by being you, because it's just so hard. Like it's just here are like a few tips to just being yourself. In this, it goes back to that intuition thing. Like I wrote in another post on inspiredfiredaily.com. If you want to go outside and dance in the rain, dance. If you want to sing to the top of your lungs, sing. If you want to apply for another job, apply. If you want to talk to somebody across the dang room and just say hi, say hi. Like you're missing out on so much by not being yourself. You're missing on out on that wonderful dance. You're missing out on that time to just set yourself free and sing to the top of your lungs. You're missing out on saying hi, and that hi might be a full relationship that might be your husband or your wife. Or might be a long-lasting relationship, or just might be a great talk with a stranger.
That's so true.
And if you're not being you, God, you could just miss out on so much.
That's so true. And that's funny that you said like dance and sing, because that made me think of our girl Deborah. Shout out to Deborah Gillis Harry, Redefining Beauty Movement. Check her out on Facebook. She is super duper popping.
Bleak.
She's so bleak, slaytation, like for real.
Right.
So our girl Deborah, we all went to high school.
Yes.
In case y'all don't know, I don't know if y'all remember this, but like,
yes, I do. I already know what you're say.
When Deborah used to walk around singing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! She literally used to come to us in the locker room and lunch table, and she would
pop up out of nowhere,
sing her life away,
sing
and
on top of her lungs,
sing her soul. Deborah, I wonder if you remember that. You should. And then even dancing, y'all know twerk.
Yes.
She a twerkaholic.
She a twerkaholic. Yes.
Like, but and she's a really, really great dancer now as well. Like, she does contemporary dancing, African dancing, modern dancing, like slaytation on fleek. So like, and like, if you would have known her back then, like when she was in her shell, she never really would have attempted dancing.
Right.
But now she
dancing queen
is being authentically herself and just inspiring people upon people to just dance and sing to the top of their lungs.
And it's opening doors for her, like to sing.
Yes,
it's opening doors.
Yeah, she just made the newspaper in her the city that she lives in currently. So when you be you, there's so many avenues and connections and networking opportunities. Like, the universe has no choice. And I know I've said this, and I say this all the time, but the universe seriously, or God seriously, has no choice. I know you like God has a choice, but he's like, I see my baby down there grinding on her stuff. Why not?
Believing in herself, believing in me.
Why not go and meet you halfway? So it's like when you literally putting something out there, putting your prayers and your prayers with your action, with your faith without action
is dead.
Is dead. So put that faith, put that action towards whatever you are. God is going to send you a sign, send you a blessing, send somebody in the form of angel, a connection, a job opportunity, just something divine to let you know that I see you out here and I like what you were doing.
I like that you are being who I made you to be. Yes. Because I think that's all like.
But I do, something just popped into my mind.
Okay. I'm scared.
It's a disclaimer, no, because sometimes, like, I want people to be themselves, but at the same time, don't do anything too, like, crazy. Don't just be yourself to the point where you cussing, like, your boss out or something.
Right.
So,
like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you can be you, but don't infringe upon other people's rights to be happy.
Yes.
Yeah, in another post, in the same post I wrote, at the end of it, I kind of had a disclaimer too, but like everything you do it with good intent. And I feel like sometimes people might be seeming like they being real because they telling off people, them seeming like they, because they rolling their eyes.
This is me.
Like, that's me. That's, take it. I really think that's an act. Because I don't want to believe that that's somebody that's just being evil or talking about somebody or trying to make other people feel. I don't believe that is you. I think that's put on an act to just show that, I don't care, or I'm trying to be funny, or this or that. But
right. I feel like it could be a defense mechanism. They've been hurt so many times in their past that they want to put up this shield, this hard body macho person to portray out to the universe that this is who I am. But some people are really, sad to say, are this, I don't know, this living in this negative space. And if that's them, you may need to X those people out your life because they may infringe upon your happiness. That's true. So for those of you that are living a life that's stepping on people's happiness and their rights to be happy. I didn't want to use the same word twice.
We love that word.
I know happy is a great word, so maybe you should be happy if you were not living a happy life. But I feel like I think you need to do some soul searching.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Kobe. Like, disclaimer, don't be a bee.
Right.
Don't be a bee.
We ain't trying to tell your boss off you get off work.
Like inspire told me to be me. Keep it real.
Yeah. Be you to an extent where it doesn't hurt people. That's what we're trying to say. We want you to help people. We honestly think that you were put on this earth to help people. So if being you doesn't help someone mentally, emotionally, physically, you could provide a service. If you could provide a helping hand, a ear to listen. In the case of someone needs a shoulder to cry on, be you in that area. Don't be you trying to tell somebody off because
right. And sometimes you have to go and check yourself. Like, why am I acting this way? Because sometimes, most of the time, it's because you're something inside of you. Like, okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. Like, I guess I am a little envious of her. Maybe that's why I'm treating her this way, or that's how I feel this way about her or him.
Right.
You really gotta constantly check yourself, okay? But
no. Oh, well, and honestly, when you are growing, you understand how to interact with people. It's levels to.
There's levels to this shit.
It is. It really is. and just interacting in the daily life, networking with different people, you understand the things that's appropriate and not appropriate. Right, so I think you should be able to discern what you were supposed to say. We're not necessarily saying go and tell everybody off. So good disclaimer, Kobe.
But another thing I wanted to say is, and I find myself doing this a lot, is we try to paint this perfect picture of ourselves on how we want to be portrayed or viewed. Because I know me, I want to be portrayed as this healthy, enthusiastic, optimistic, loving, good girl, which I am all these things. But as y'all hear me in the podcast, I'm ratchet. And sometimes I cuss because it just seems like the best word to use at the time. And but it will be stuff that I see on Facebook that I might not share because I'm like, I don't want them to think that I'm just that ratchet. I might not Snapchat that party I'm at. You know what I mean? But to each his own. But you just gotta be careful of that kind of things because you might want block something out that you don't want to be too fake. That's all I'm saying. It's okay to like keep stuff behind closed doors, but sometimes people do it to like an extent why like they're suffocating themselves. Like, oh no, people can't know that I do this or that. You know, can't know that I cuss or I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's all about perception. Like, who's to say just because you do this that makes you're deemed as a bad person?
Right.
Like, who is creating these labels? And that's where we got to break out of society. Society says a lot of things are right and wrong that really doesn't make any sense. So I think that's why you got to go soul search, get in tune with yourself, and you are the only person that you have to face in the mirror at night before you sleep. So do whatever makes you happy in that sense.
Agreed.
And I think when you're not being yourself, it can be dangerous. Danger. Like seriously. And when I say dangerous, I mean dangerous to an extent of emotional danger. You could go through depressions, trying to live this life of being Miss Goody Two Shoes, not wanting to ever make an error or a mistake, and it's just like you lose who you are in this limelight because I know I come from a generation of we were supposed to be a lady and ladies aren't supposed to say cuss words. And, you know, so you find yourself being a really, really sad, depressed person. You feel overwhelmed with just all these pressures because every time you step outside your door, you're putting on this huge facade of a person that's nowhere near who you want to be. Yeah, and it's like, okay, this could be a blend of who you are, but like still put on that thing that makes it authentically you. Like, yeah, you could be a lady and still slay every day and all day, but like
you could be a boss.
Yes, you could be a boss, and then it can also lead to depression. Because you're unhappy with yourself. And
right, when you're living a lie, ultimately.
Yes, when you're living a lie.
It doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. You know that song by Kanye, we just throwing out lyrics or whatever. He says, I just want to feel liberated. I think that really just goes back, like, I just want to be myself. I just want to live the life I want to live. And I feel like a lot of people are just feeling horrible going to their jobs every day because they just don't like what they're like. They don't like their life. But the cool thing about life is that you could change it.
That's beautiful.
You have a choice.
Yeah, you have a choice. And what ultimately stops most of us is this thing called that we think is logical thinking or fear. We're fear of the unknown. We doubt ourselves way too much. But I like what Jasmine, she tagged something about how it's easier to go after your dreams than just to get a regular job or whatever. Not saying that having a regular job is wrong by any means, because I know people who just want a good job and want to be with their family, but
that's authentically you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's great if that's authentically you.
It is. It is great.
But and like you were just saying, that was actually one of my classmates that created that video that said that. Shout out to David
from Archduke.
So I love them, and I definitely can agree with that, because if you think about it, it's 7 billion people on this earth. And if billion, y'all, not million, not thousand, not 700,000, 7 billion. And if we're all conforming into this standard of going to school, getting good grades, getting a good job, if that's not really what you want, and you try to live out this long extended life of that, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy, because the numbers game, if going back to the numbers game of how it's really It weighs out more if you were to just actually reach for your dreams than go with the norm and try to conform to get in that picture perfect career. I think it weighs out because everybody, it's like the current is all going left and you are that 1 to 3% that's going right. The chances of you reaching your dreams the is pretty high opposed to everyone that's going left. And like, guys, think about it like this.
So true.
The universe contains this incredible diversity. So you can't explain like the beauty of it all for you to just be you and go against the grain.
Right. And it's so sad that it has to be against the grain to just be yourself.
That is.
Go against the grain, be yourself. But I mean, it's true. But I want to put it in perspective like this because this is kind of what I've been on for a minute or two. It's like, just think about it. Like, we really only have one life to live. Like, one. This is it. Like, have you ever looked in the mirror? I think there's a meme. Like, you look in the mirror and you're like looking at yourself like, dog, I'm really alive. I'm really in this thing. Like, dog, I'm living. But like, you don't know how long you have to live. Unfortunately, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So you need to make sure that you live in every single day to the fullest. You need to make sure that you're doing the things that you want to do. You want to love the people you want to. You got to cherish those moments with your mom, with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your kids. Because this is like we always say, it's about people. So you want to make sure you're doing the things and loving the hell out of the people that you love. And you make sure you're just doing the things you love because you only got one life. One. So every time I make a decision at work or something, I'm thinking, okay, I always have to go back to this, like, I have one life, so what are you going to do? I say, I do what I got. I want to. Not without hurting someone else or, messing up someone else's, flow of things. Like, oh, I'm going to work outside today because I want to experience this beautiful sunlight against my skin. So I think if everybody goes through life thinking, dog, this is it. I'm really here. Like, let me really live this life. Because not everyone has this life, and not everyone has the people in their life to love. You better love on those people. You better do what you want.
That is so true. That's so true. You gotta love the people that are around you because that's what we're living for. Ultimately, is that love from our family, friends,
the world, the community.
That's true.
And I just want to say a beautiful quote from Marie Forleo. That's my fairy godmother in my mind, in my heart, in real life. And she always says this in her videos. She says, the world needs that special gift that only you have. So we all have these special gifts. Before we started this podcast, I remember Jess was saying, like you were saying earlier, there's 7 billion people in the world, and there's no one like you. So why even try to be like someone else? I don't understand. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it at the same time. We got to be ourselves. Because like Gobi was saying, if you're not, the doors are, you're going to miss out on opportunities. There's going to be closed doors because you're not being who you're meant to be. Walk in your purpose, guys. It's serious. It's dangerous. You got to do it. So, we're saying all this. So how we do this thing? How we be authentically us? Because honestly, do y'all feel like right now, y'all are being authentically self going through every single day, everyday life?
I honestly feel as each day passes, I feel that I become more in tune with who I am so that I can be who I am. I think it's a step-by-step journey, and it doesn't happen overnight because we were taught not to be ourselves, not taught by our parents. We're not on, no one's family just said you don't need to be yourself, but we're just taught by society as a whole. Through our upbringings, just the media that we see on TV, movies, you see the mother telling the daughter to do this, or the father telling the son to do this. And I think these are things to for protection. Right. So we can actually survive out here. So it's survival techniques that we're being taught. So I think the more I grow every day, I learn how to be myself in a world and still survive in the world, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that totally makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but go ahead.
Yeah, so yes, I do. I think I'm being myself. And I just continue to grow. And the more I grow and I learn myself, I can only be much more myself day by day.
I like that.
How about you? Do you feel that you're being yourself?
Me? I feel like you said, I'm on a journey to be myself. I feel like there's some risk that I definitely need to take.
Same here.
And that, like, fear or me not taking out the time to really plan is what has been stopping me. But it is hard for like I said earlier, it's hard for me to speak up when I'm in a job setting or say what's on my mind, or even like at Bible study, for me to step up and say something, or even say, hey, I need prayer. You know, I'm probably missing out on some good ass prayer because I won't step up and say, hey, pray for my problems. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, I'm myself to an extent, but I really gotta step it up, because I know if I step it up, doors will be opening and opportunities will be knocking. Like, come get me. So I'm really gonna be working on being truly me and just going hard for myself.
Right. How about you, Kobe?
When I think about being authentic, for me, I just think of like a child. You know, running around and kind of doing. You know, they're not thinking about what other people are thinking. Yeah, they're just kind of just naturally just doing whatever comes to their mind. You know, they really don't care. So in that sense, no, I'm not always. I kind of do hold back, or don't voice my opinions when I should, but I mean, it's something I gotta take day by day.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
So I guess we're all in this together. I think that we all just need to push each other push ourselves, after listening to this podcast, push yourself to do something that is more you, even though it might be out of your comfort zone. Really try to be yourself and do the things that you really say, the things you really want to say, do the things you really want to do, and just live that fulfilling life.
Right.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Y'all got any more tidbits to add to this podcast or whatever?
Anything? So y'all want to go through the steps and the tools really quick on what it takes and how you should be you?
I guess so.
Okay, so I think what we all got from this. Get your pens, your notebooks, your pads, jot this down. So to be authentically you, I think you have to be aligned with yourself, whatever your beliefs, your expectations, your values, understand those, establish those, and live those. 2, did you guys want to elaborate on that?
You gotta ask yourself, who am I? Figure out who you are.
Yes.
Because if you can't be authentically you if you don't know who you are, so
that's true.
I do want to add on something. Okay. You said, who am I? Earlier we were talking about our I Am Queen shirts, which you can purchase on inspirefiredaily.com/shop. We have I Am Queen shirts, and we were talking about earlier when we wear them, we get that reaction like, okay, yeah, you are a queen, or wait, what does that mean? It means exactly what it says. I am a queen, and a lot of times people don't know their worth, and so I'll just tell you, recently I went on a date with this guy or whatever, and I've been treated like a queen before, but I was really treated, I feel like a queen when I was with him, and I never felt this way. And I was like, oh, okay, I get that's how I'm supposed to be treated. I didn't know this. Like, I never known this feeling. And then my worth kind of like shot up, like, oh, And when you know your worth, you could also be more authentically you, because you know, like, if you know you're a queen or a king or a child of the Most High, you know that you walk a little different. You have the confidence to say what you want to say and do what you want to do, and having faith that, hey, I'm worthy.
Exactly. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Dab. 2 dabs. Okay, so yes. So understand who you are by understanding your values, being in alignment. Okay, and 2, establish your own identity, not your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, uncles, cousins, best friends, your identity. And I know that's really hard because we're surrounded by these people on a daily. So of course you're gonna have similar values and interests. But like for us, for example, all 3 of us, we eat completely different ways, and neither one of us is pressuring the other. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat this way just because such and such does this. I'm not gonna do that just because this. It's like we all accept one another for who each of us are, and we will accommodate. If we need to go to 4 different restaurants just to make sure we fed great, then we will do just that.
Exactly.
So understand your own identity. What your likes and dislikes could be completely different from the next person's.
That's true, and that's just like something to go off. Like when you are like aspire to be like someone, sometimes you try to like copy work, like exactly how they shoot their videos, or oh, hey friend, hey, doesn't wear makeup, maybe I shouldn't wear makeup, or you know, oh, she only does oil cleansing, maybe I should do that. And we try to do step by step of what other people are doing, and sometimes it takes away from who we actually are. Right. So I want to say, like, instead of trying to copy someone, just be inspired. Because when they're being, you're inspired by them being their self. Like, this is really cool. So you be that inspiration for someone else, and be yourself. They be like, oh dang, this is really cool.
Right, that's true.
But to add on to that, you don't have to live up to other people's expectations of who they think you should be, but who you want to be, who you are.
Girl, you better drop that, Jim. That's so true. Like, exactly that.
Ooh, you just hit a dang nerve.
Like, seriously.
Okay, because I think that's what we all... Oh, I think a lot of us do that. Like, we're trying to live up to what our mom wants us to do, or our dad, or what society, what sounds good. Like, oh, you got a job. Oh, great. Exactly. I'm like, nah. This is not what's up.
Exactly, because that's what she doesn't want to do. So be authentically you. Yes. Just because your sister want to be an entrepreneur doesn't mean you have to be an entrepreneur.
Just because you want to be a housewife don't mean somebody else need to be a housewife.
Exactamente. So next, establish boundaries. So I kind of think that kind of goes hand in hand. When you know what you want and you know who you are and how to identify yourself, you know what you're going to tolerate and what you won't tolerate. You know what lines you're going to cross and what lines you won't cross, because that's just not you if you do that. So you guys want to elaborate on that, or we're good?
I think, sometimes when we're hanging around different people, we may do certain things. So just being yourself, no matter what situation you're in or what environment you're in.
Yeah, they can't really influence you to, oh, maybe I should do this since they're doing that.
That's true. Peer pressure. Don't get consumed if that's not you.
It's so easy.
Try to be somebody you not. Yeah. Because you can't get you caught up.
It will definitely get you caught up hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Like, this is fun.
Saying words you ain't never said.
Oh my God.
Twerking like you ain't never twerked before. No, I'm joking. But yes, don't get caught up and mixed up with the wrong crowds, because they'll have you doing things that's not being true to yourself. Okay? And then the next one, I think it goes hand in hand with that as well. Build courage. It's going to take courage to step outside of that box and that shell, to say no to these people that you really love when they're exceeding your boundaries. So,
or to even voice your opinion in that meeting.
So definitely, and it's going to take courage to just wake up one day and be like, hey, I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. And everybody's going to be used to you with those same old habits. And especially, I know this happens a lot when people are trying to, quote unquote, go on diets or lifestyle changes is what it should be. And when you say, I'm no longer going to eat fried foods, and everybody like look at you like you crazy, like a deer in headlights, like, no. And then they'll often tell you that you can't do that, or they'll ask you how many days, and it's like, oh, it's day 2, and I'm like, girl, that ain't gonna last that long. So it takes courage to just say, no, this is really what I'm gonna do. I don't want to have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. I'm gonna do this for me, for my health. So it's gonna take courage to stand up to people when you are being authentically you.
Right. I want to add on to that, but it's something completely different. Sure. But it's like when you're not being yourself, sometimes you can actually, you said it was dangerous earlier. When you're not being yourself, you can actually start exhibiting like horrible attributes. You start being mean to other people because you're not happy with yourself. Because you didn't speak up, you want to take it out on someone else, and you got to really be mindful of that. Like, why am I acting this way? Why did I ignore what she said or what he said, or why am I talking to her or him like that? And because you don't feel right about you not being who you truly are, because you're not happy with yourself.
Exactly.
Because maybe you want to be more like them. I don't know. I'm just saying. Sometimes people can come off mean because they're just not happy with who they are or where they are at their life. When everybody has a choice to change. But, yeah.
That's so true. Thank you for sharing that. Alrighty. Well, that sums it all up. Thank you all so much for tuning in. But do you all know what time it is?
Before I already know.
You already know?
Yes.
What time it is?
Time for us to say our affirmations.
Affirmation time. Affirmation time.
Twerk.
Go run to your nearest mirror. Look at yourself square in the eye and tell yourself, well, this is going to be my affirmation for the night. I think I use it a lot, but I love it. So, I am the best version of myself.
I am lit.
Yes, you are.
I am the light. I'm going to be showing my light like.
I am who I am.